Ever notice how horror is almost never animated? Sure, there are some exceptions, but let's be real, jump scares just don't hit the same when the monster is hand-drawn. In live action, horror thrives on realism. The unsettling way someone moves, the cold lighting, the feeling that this could actually happen. You see a creepy figure standing in the dark and your brain goes, nah, I'm out of here. Now imagine that same scene, but it's animated. Unless it's hyper stylized, it's probably not as terrifying. Your brain knows it's not real. Horror thrives in live action because it taps into the fear of the real, the things that could actually happen to us. We see people and places we recognize, making the tension more visceral. Things like the uncanny valley effect is even more effective in live action, where small details like eye movement or unnatural sounds add to the terror. Take The Conjuring or The Hereditary as an example. The tension is built by showing how ordinary people react to terrifying situations. That humanistic element is something animation struggles with because it doesn't capture the same raw, unfiltered emotion. With animation, the more fantastical elements are often a turn-off for real terror. When we see a monster in an animated style, it's often more cartoonish than threatening. Animation makes it harder to evoke that feeling. You know, the one where your stomach drops because you're seeing something unsettling and your brain is telling you, yo, this could happen to you. That's not to say animation can't be creepy or unsettling. It absolutely can. But genuine fear, the kind that makes you check behind the shower curtain, nah, that's a different beast. Just because horror in animation rarely works like live action doesn't mean it can't be scary. It just kinda has to play by different rules. Animation has a superpower. It can show you things that can't exist. Creatures with anatomies that defy physics, environments that melt, twist, or collapse on themselves. That kind of stuff does not work in live action. It looks fake or ridiculous. But in animation, it's seamless. A clear example would be Junji Ito's work. His monsters aren't just scary, they're conceptually disturbing. Whether it's a balloon-headed doppelganger floating in the sky, or humans pulled into a perfect body-shaped holes in the side of a mountain. Some of the most powerful animated horror doesn't try to scare you with blood or monsters. Instead, it focuses on what's happening inside the mind. It shows fear through things like trauma, losing your identity, or feeling completely powerless. Pieces like Melodona of Sadness or Devilman Crybaby take this to the extreme. Their visuals are strange, uncomfortable, even disturbing, but they're not just scary because they look weird. They're scary because they represent something deeper, like grief, guilt, or emotional pain. Oftentimes you're not reacting to what you see, you're reacting to what it represents. After breaking it all down, it turns out the problem isn't that horror can't work in animation, it's that traditional horror doesn't translate well. The kind of fear we get from live action, the realism, the subtle expressions, just doesn't hit the same in a stylized animated world. But that doesn't mean animated horror is doomed. In fact, when it stops trying to copy live action and lean into what animation does best, bending reality, distorting visuals and exploring psychological or emotional horror, it creates something uniquely disturbing. So maybe the truth is this: horror doesn't fail in animation. It just has to speak a different language, one made of surreal images, symbolic fear, and nightmarish logic. Not what if this happened to me, but what if nothing made sense and I couldn't wake up?